I was writing some notes here, and I was writing how many White House photos have their own Wikipedia page. I know that's ingenuous because the Wikipedia entry had to do with the state dinner gatecrashers. So, but I'd love to know about a little bit of the backstory on this, about Mikhail and Tariq Salahi and how they got in that night. But I also wonder how much this photo also speaks to access. I don't know if it's sort of a Lincoln bedroom kind of issue comes up in terms of who can get in and who can get out and who's shooting inside of the state dinner, and as opposed to the what imagery is available to White House photographers outside the room. But break this down for us.
Well, first of all, you haven't lived until you've had that head of the president's Secret Service detail call you at 11 at night. Like that's a whole new level of fear. But what happened was, I was the designated photographer to photograph the receiving line, which I'm sure Barbara has done. It's a fast way of making an image of everybody that greets the president. If you're going to go to a state dinner, you want a picture of yourself with the president. And especially in this day and age, instead of everybody doing selfies and all of that, it's a quick way. Maybe it takes like an hour to go through 300 people to get these images out. They're not the grip and grin, because that would take too long. It's a receiving line. So I'm working very quickly. These people are, you can see the next guest is coming in on the right, and the interpreter or the State Department person, I can't remember who that was, is on my left. It's very tight. Everyone's bumping into each other, including I'm bumping into the president. Yeah, that's how tight a space it is. And I'm working very quickly, and to get it, it's just the basic, reason for it is to have everybody have an image of themselves with the president. That's the bottom line for it. Now, the way that was released was, when the Secret Service called me late at night and said, we have reason to believe this happened. Do you remember them? All of that, and I did, because she was a white woman wearing a sari. So I said, oh yeah, I remember that, and the image existed, and I think within 24 or 48 hours, the Alice Gabrino, the photo editor at the time, called me and said, we need to release this photo. And I was really, part of me was really bummed, because I knew it would explode, and I didn't want that to represent what I did at the White House. And sure enough, I get a Google alert every other day on that photo. And but there was also a part of me that was really proud that instead of debating it or waiting for a FOIA request to come in, the White House just put it out. And it lit a fire, but it part of the problem with trying to be transparent is that you by putting out that fire of, oh, you hide everything, you light all these other little fires, which that photo did. So it's very curious to me of the downside of being transparent is then, they just released it. They said, yeah, it happened. Here it is.